All right, welcome back, everybody, at 9:41 this morning.
As Melody Mendez is back with us talking about tattoos, getting the conversation started.
That's it. Of all the cool things I know nothing about, this one is at the top of the list, guys.
Exactly.
Okay, so Jeff, you and I are old.
Oh.
Well, we're nerdy.
Older.
So we remember the days when you just buy a keychain to commemorate a trip.
That's right.
Maybe if your parents wanted to splurge, you'd get a sweatshirt or a t-shirt. No, those days, they're long gone, my friend. There's a new trend called tattoo tourism. It has gained a whole lot of popularity thanks to millennials and Gen Z, basically people who are a lot cooler than we are. So joining me to talk about it now is Kieran Proctor, travel blogger and author at tattoovagabond.com. Kieran, good morning.
Good morning, Melody. How are you today?
I'm doing well, my friend. Thank you for being here. First of all, right off the top, what is tattoo tourism?
Basically, I'd simply define it as traveling for the purposes of getting a tattoo or just getting a tattoo as a souvenir while you're abroad. There's a lot of academic jargon involved with it, and there's quite a lot of the sociologists that are now pursuing it as an area of interest. But basically, I would just call it getting a tattoo while you're overseas.
So you've traded the keychain or the I got this in Jamaica t-shirt for a tattoo, right?
Definitely. It lasts a lot longer.
There we go. So let's get into that. What are some of the reasons people decide to get inked abroad? Because I would imagine I used to buy art abroad. When I would travel, I would buy a piece of art because I could hang it in my house or know that, okay, years later I'll look at this and remember the trip. I would imagine it's got to be the same for folks who want to get inked abroad, right?
Certainly. There are certain reasons that people get inked abroad. One of them that is focused on the internet is following a specific artist or style. So they'll see something on Instagram, they'll see something on Pinterest, and they decide they like it and they want it. But a large portion of the tattoos that I've seen over the last 20 years have been spur-of-the-moment decisions. People walk past a touristic area, there's a lot of tattoo shops, they're much cheaper than at home, and they just decide to get a tattoo.
Okay, I'm fascinated by the idea. I read your story. I read a lot about you before this, and I was fascinated by the idea that you actually follow a tattoo artist where this person travels. You also travel, and I believe you got tattooed in Peru. Is that one of, as a Peruvian myself, I'm very curious to hear what you got tattooed in Peru.
My entire left arm was done in Peru, so that's my full color sleeve. With the same artist, he also did my black sleeve, which was in Bonn, Germany. He's now German. He gave up his Peruvian citizen because he needed to for Germany, and he's now a German national. I first met him in 2007 in Cusco, Peru. Sort of became best friends. I met all of the other artists that work there because there are a lot of tattoo shops clustered into Cusco. It was one of the major things. People visit Machu Picchu and they get a tattoo. They all became such amazing artists. They're now based all over the US, Europe, all over the world. They've set up shops outside of Cusco because they got so much practice tattooing all of those tourists that used to just come through 20 years ago that now people actually pay them to come to them as opposed to going as a tourist to Peru to see them. So they've reversed the trend.
For the record, Kieran, my 5-year-old son is currently traveling to Peru with my mother, and if he comes back with a tattoo, I am not going to be happy about it. For you, they look fantastic, and I love them. So what is the craziest place you've gotten a tattoo? Not physically on your body. You could spare us that story. What's the craziest location you've gotten a tattoo in the world, globally?
Craziest would probably be on a mountainside in Cusco. We're having a barbecue and the tools were there, and I trust the artist, and I knew everything was clean and disinfected, and I've known him by that point for about 4 or 5 years. So that's the craziest place. The craziest I've ever seen, though, was a gentleman with a converted hot dog cart on the side of a dirt road in Potosi, Bolivia, and he was giving neck tattoos for 14 cents.
This for 14 cents. Now that seems like a terrible investment. I've just got to say, even 14 cents seems like too much to get a disease on the side of a dirt road in Bolivia, but that's just me.
It would be horrible.
Oh, Kieran, that's amazing. So for anyone listening to this and thinking, well, maybe I want a tattoo on my next trip. I know Bianca heard this, her ears perked up. What should she be thinking about?
The main thing is you have to investigate the artists and the shop. So you have to make sure that they've got the same hygiene standards that you would expect at home. So
not the hot dog stand.
Guy with the hot dog cart. Yeah, so you're looking for an autoclave, you're trying to smell disinfectant, you're making sure the shop isn't visibly dirty. If they're always chasing clients, that's usually a bad sign. But if the clients are chasing them, that's a good sign. My particular artist, I think you would have noticed in the photos, has no tattoos because in Cusco, he did all of the artist tattoos. He tattooed the tattoo artists. They never tattooed him. They were scared to. He was the top dog, and that's how I found him.
Oh, that is fascinating. Kieran Proctor, thank you so much for being with us. Your blog is fascinating. The story is incredible. We hope we can keep following along with your travels. And if you are interested at home in learning more about Kieran, all you have to do is check out his website. It's tattoovagabond.com. Thank you, Kieran. We appreciate it. Now,
amazing. Thank you very much.